Two girls were kidnapped by a gang of thugs and dragged into a remote forest. Just as despair was overwhelming them, a police officer suddenly arrived on the scene. Believing their rescue had finally come, the girls immediately rushed behind the officer, seeking protection.
Afraid it is, sir.
What's happening?
But they soon realized this officer had come not to save them at all. He was part of the kidnappers' gang. The officer's eyes grew unusually greedy, scanning the girls' bodies relentlessly. He was utterly captivated by Lisa's beauty and figure. Lisa knelt on the ground, pleading desperately, hoping to buy a sliver of hope. But her pleas meant nothing to these men. The kidnappers forced both girls into a shipping container and slammed the iron doors shut. A minute later, the cop straightened his clothes and emerged with a smug look. He was thoroughly satisfied with Lisa's service. Her companion, Anna, hearing no sound from inside for a long time, cautiously ventured out to investigate. While comforting the devastated Lisa, she never imagined her own nightmare had only just begun. Anna looked at the lecherous Thomas with utter disgust. In fury, she spat right in his face. This act enraged Thomas completely. He pressed a lit cigarette butt viciously into Anna's abdomen. A heart-wrenching scream pierced the air. Lisa could only cover her ears helplessly, but this torment was far from over. They were confronted by an even more terrifying presence, a man dubbed the Devil. His appearance was eerie, his aura suffocating. The sisters struggled desperately, yet were utterly powerless to resist. With a casual flick of his wrist, the Devil targeted Anna. Her mental defenses shattered completely. She strained every muscle to break free, but it was all futile. The demon yanked her hair, pressed his body close, revealing a sickening excitement. Anna was dragged directly into the shipping container. Lisa desperately pleaded with the kidnappers, but no one would listen. When the container door swung open again, Lisa rushed inside immediately. She found Anna sitting on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably, her consciousness nearly gone. In just half a day, both girls were utterly broken. Lisa forced herself to comfort Anna, urging her to hold on. They made a pact. If any chance arose, they would escape. The next day, the kidnappers set their sights on new targets. Everyone left, leaving only Thomas to guard them. The sisters instantly realized this was their only chance. They deliberately teased Thomas, luring him into lowering his guard. Thomas had never encountered such an assertive woman before. His resolve began to waver. Just as he hesitated over whether to refuse, Lisa performed an intensely seductive dance. Thomas's desire spiraled out of control. The moment he completely let down his guard, Lisa struck suddenly. She bit through his carotid artery. Blood spurted forth. Thomas died instantly. Anna froze in shock at the sight, but there was no turning back now. Now the only option was to flee for their lives. The sisters broke free from their chains and swiftly left the scene. Just then, the officer who had assaulted Lisa returned. Seeing Thomas's body, he froze in utter shock. Before he could react, the sisters had seized the police car and sped away. After escaping, they had no intention of stopping. They resolved to make everyone involved pay. The sisters went to a hardware store and purchased a large quantity of dangerous tools. They vowed to make this group personally repay everything they had done. Their first target was to kidnap their leader. Before the leader could react, he was struck by a barrage of flails. His face instantly became a bloody mess, and he lost consciousness on the spot. When he regained consciousness, he was already tightly bound. The leader immediately begged for mercy, offering to give them a large sum of money. He only hoped to leave alive. The sisters feigned agreement and followed his instructions to retrieve cash and a handgun. But from the start, they never intended to spare him. They forced the leader to reveal his accomplices and the demon's whereabouts. To save his life, he disclosed everything he knew. Yet when he pleaded again, only death answered him. Lisa and Anna raised their weapons and ended his life on the spot. Later, following clues, they arrived at a church. Through a tattoo, they confirmed the priest here was the demon. Anna deliberately revealed herself, successfully drawing his attention. The priest saw Anna escape, yet showed no panic. Just as he prepared to strike again, Lisa struck him down from behind. The sisters chained him to the back of their car and dragged him along the road. Finally, Finally, they doused him with gasoline in an open field and set him ablaze. The demon burned alive. Next, they tracked down the trafficker who betrayed them. The sisters drugged him into submission and held him captive. For revenge, they tortured his son before his eyes. The man collapsed under the violence, unable to rise again. The trafficker broke completely, emitting a scream of utter despair. Yet her agony only hardened the sisters further. They showed no mercy, for none of this should have happened. In the end, Lisa gave the man a choice: kill his own mother with his hands or watch her die. He refused to harm her. Anna pulled the trigger, ending his life. They wiped away fingerprints, placed the gun back in his hand, staging it as an internal conflict. The trafficker's fate was far crueler. Lisa used a chainsaw to sever her life completely. The final target was the lone cop. At that moment, he was immersed in fresh crimes. Anna knocked him unconscious from behind. When the cop awoke, he found himself tightly bound to a bench. Terrified, he begged for mercy, desperately seeking a chance to survive. The sisters loaded a bullet into the gun, aimed it at his head. They pulled the trigger repeatedly until the officer completely broke down. The first 5 times, he narrowly survived. Just as he swore to turn over a new leaf, Lisa ended it all. Because some people simply don't deserve forgiveness. Revenge was finally complete. The sisters took the money and left the city. The film officially ends here.